You jolt awake to that.
Oh, God! Oh, Christ, thank God that was all a dream. And nobody knows that I am actually untouched by the female hand.
So, considering that was a dream, so the real Talk would have just left Moongrave's room. Are you going to go and see if they want to go for a drink?
Well, Top would have been on their way to go and see if Moongrave. If they wanted something with Moongrave. So I'm going to go and put my ear to the door. Do I hear anyone awake in the room?
I mean, you probably hear that Ronson was awake just because he jolted up from the nightmare.
She goes to knock, and then she thinks about what Ronson was saying earlier, which obviously wasn't something that she was very happy with that he said, and decides that actually no, and goes back to Moongrave. I'm terribly sorry, Moongrave. They seem to still be asleep. So just you and me for the drink, maybe 10 more minutes, and then I'll probably turn in myself. And I just sit there and I play on my lute with Moongrave, just casting little illusions of little battles and stuff like that as I drink and play.
Of course, dear. Now we kind of know what's going on. There's no point trying to trick the same people twice. Hawkeye, whilst you're sleeping, you dream of yourself stood at the foot of a towering mountain with Ray stood by your side. Huge rocky mountain in front of you, and Ray looks up to you and says, Papa Short King, let's take a walk.
Sorry, Ray, I had a bit of windy pops there. Let's do that. Come on, little man.
So Ray takes your hand and starts to walk you up the rocky path of the mountains. And as you go, you kind of notice crowds of dwarfs around you, all talking, joking, fighting. And Ray sort of speaks and says, "This is the mountain of your ancestors, spawned from the ancient rock titans. The first dwarves were magnificent crafters, coming together to design structures far beyond other species. The things they innovated, they inspired others for centuries." And he's sort of tottering along. You know, it's much like our dream might be. Like in your head, you know this is Ray, but it's not the Ray you know. You know, it's not talking like Ray talks.
Oh yeah, I mean the encyclopedic knowledge of dwarf history and agriculture was possibly the first giveaway. You
carry on up the mountain, and the crowds are kind of getting smaller. But some dwarves, they got greedy and factions formed, and they split off into groups, starting to spread across the land, starting their own cultures and tradition. These groups, they got smaller and smaller, but still, they all stuck together. They all had each other. And as you carry on, this sort of mountain surrounded by darkness, the path just seems to go on forever, and around you, there's now no one there. Those dwarves have disappeared. And Ray stops and he looks up and he says, "So why are you the exception, Papa Short King? Why are you always alone?"
I'm not always alone. I've got you, I've got the wizard, and I've got the purple lass, and other assorted characters that aren't here all the time.
They're hardly family, are they? You can hardly stand each other most of the
Ray,
time.
What have I taught you? Since day one when we met in the forest or the woods, one of the two. Family isn't people you're born with. Family is what you make along the way. You know that.
I am here to substitute your need for any real family, though, aren't I? Let's face it. You, at the end of the day, you're always going to be on your own, Papa Short King.
No. You're being a silly little frog hat.
You reach the peak, everyone around you is silent. Even Ray has vanished. And stood at the top of a mountain, swarming with his ancestors below, Porco's reached the end, a narrow peak paling in comparison to the broad base of the mountain below. And he was all that was left. Just Porco Short King. Nothing else. How does Porco really feel about that, Shorty?
He's looking around. He's making a brave face of it. But He sits and just stares.
If you can roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
21.
So you succeed, and you are going to take 6 points of psychic damage.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's gotten to you, but you know you're a bit more emotionally mature, perhaps, than Ronson.
It's a low bar.
Yeah,
Good job, Ronson can't hear this.
doesn't work as well when people know it's coming. Porco's greatest fear, of course, being alone.
I did lots of research into that when Dave asked.
Yeah, and then you went and went, no, I'm fine with it. It's fine. Porco don't care.
Porco did care. I was painting a picture with my words.
Yes, and he was giving the putting a facade on for Ray. Yeah, get it. As you would say, peak D&D.
Peak
right
D&D. And if the idiots who are listening don't have the media literacy to work that out themselves, then they can go fucking listen to Critical Role where it's all spelt out for them. Keep that in.
Keep that in.
Back to you, Tok. You wake up with the feeling of the sun on your skin, the calming cawing of seagulls in the distance. You open your eyes, blinking at the bright sunlight, feeling the soft sand on your back as you realise where you are. A beautiful island. There's pebbles running around joyfully in the sand. There's no sign of Ronson or Porky. You see a palm tree sort of just to the left of you, and it's just on a beautiful sandy island.
Oh, blissful.
What's Tok doing?
Well, lying on the beach, probably is quite warm, so she's probably putting her little feetsies into the sand, enjoying that sun. No Ronson. Wow. Nice sigh. Walking around, how big does the island look?
So as you walk around, first glance, it's quite large. Sort of walking, you never think you're going to reach like the horizon, but it seems to be getting smaller. And before you know it, within a few moments, you can suddenly see all the way around it. You're passing the same landmarks, and the gap between you and the sea is getting smaller and smaller, and some of the splash from the tide is getting hitting the floor at your feet, and it's suddenly getting a lot less calming than it was with just now.
Is there anything for me to climb on to get high?
There is nothing. Even that palm tree has disappeared as the sea is just encroaching on you from either side, and soon there's just a small spot of sand that you're standing on. Those waves are just crashing around you. The sea foam now is battering at your legs, burning your skin as it hits as the cold water hits your skin.
But I'm casting protection from cold over and over and over, like to try and.
Nothing's happening.
Why isn't this working? And I try and get like my flippers out of my raincoat out of my bag and try and shield myself.
And you just can't find them. You're going through the bag, you just can't find anything in there. As you realise your feet are now completely under the water. You are just the floor is like floor sort of sinking away from you, and you're what's the word? Wading, sort of trying to keep yourself afloat. You realise that it's just you in a huge ocean of water.
Ronson! Porky! I just start shouting out for them. Ronson! Porky! Ronson!
Before we get into that, can I get a wisdom saving throw?
12.
Okay, so you failed that, and you are going to take 9 points of psychic damage. So, Ronson, you hear Tok shouting for you.
I'm coming. I'm not in that way for once. I'm coming, Tok. I'm coming. Where are you? I'm going to rug out and start furiously looking around.
Okay, so you know that she's in that cabin over there, so you're going to
legging it
run
over.
back across the...
I'm legging it over. And I'm trying to move the map. There we go.
Am I still asleep?
You can be responding to it if you want. Ronson could have woken you up.
I did shout out Porky.
In fact, you would have woken up from the dream.
Okay, cool. I'm toddling after then.
What's the matter? I kick down the door like
You see-
like a masculine hero.
I do a gambol through the now open door.
Yes.
You see Tox stood as high up as she can on the bedposts, like just crunched up, like there's water everywhere. Why is there water everywhere?
There isn't any water anywhere. What are you talking about? Are you having an episode?
Well, I was on this beautiful island, and then there was you weren't there, and I thought it was lovely, and then the island started shrinking, and then there was water, and then I was in the ocean, and it burned.
Oh my, I had a really vivid dream as well, where I confessed my biggest fear, which was spiders, by the way, in case you're wondering.
I also had a dream, but I'm more mentally mature than the pair of you, so it weren't that bad.
Was it about your biggest fear? What was it?
Yes.
Was it spiders as well?
Being alone. It was spiders. Being alone with spiders.
Being alone with spiders,
But
right.
I could talk to them and tell them to bugger off, so it's not too bad. Anyway, do you think these three completely separate dreams are connected in any way?
Yes,
in this magic hut.
It's Freddy Krueger.
It's that fucking Freddy Krueger, I knew it.
That man with the knife fingers.
I immediately look under the bed.
Fuck you, Freddy.
Piss off, Freddy. I've got Pro Plus and Red Bull. You can't get me.
Freddy, you bastard.
I don't know why I called out for you both. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you, but it just.
No, it's all right. Like I said, that awful dream about spiders I was just having. Because again, I will just reiterate my biggest fear is spiders, and that's what I confessed to in my dream.
I didn't know that you were scared of spiders. Do you remember when we fought that big spider in the inn? And you seemed to be.
No,
okay.
Putting on a brave face for you, Talk. Putting on a brave face, yes.
Okay.
That's really weird because as I was sleeping, as I was in my slumber, I could just hear someone screaming about never having the hand of somebody upon their body or something.
No, like a spider on my body. It's a bit like a hand, isn't it? You know, creeping over.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
An 8-fingered hand.
Yes, that's how I see it. That's why I don't like spiders. They're like a hand, but with 8 fingers.
That makes perfect sense. I retract my previous statement.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but I would suggest this is all connected.
I agree.
Can I just address a point here? Ronson, you don't like having hands on you?
No, spiders. Spiders. I don't like the thought of a spider. It's a bit like a hairy hand, isn't it? Like having Jeff Capes grope you.
As a reference for the youngsters.
Why would you be shouting about a hand, Ronson?
Hey kids, remember Jeff Capes? Yes, no, and I, you know what was? Oh gosh, I really wish you wouldn't talk about it, because it's bringing it back to me. But I remember I was in, one of those shops where they sell the music that's been etched into the discs, a Virgin. You remember the Virgin shop? I was in there. So if, by the way, just in case, Pork, I don't know if you heard me say Virgin, it's because, yes, one of my biggest fears, having a spider on me in a Virgin shop.
That makes perfect sense.
I've never heard of the Virgin shop before.
It's where you get the music etched into the discs.
No, I'm insight checking you because I've never heard of a Virgin shop before in this day and age, in this D&D.
So what do I have to do now, Dave? An insight? Say, what do I have to do now?
It's a 20. Dirty 20.
You've heard of people that of carving like musical notes and stuff into maybe wood or stone, but you never heard anyone getting them from a Virgin shop.
Oh, well, I have to go and visit this. Virgin shop, because I do like music. You know, I would have thought I would have heard
Yes,
of it.
maybe it's a local thing back from where I was born. Maybe you don't know it there, talk. But you know, if you ever want to come back to my old stomping grounds, it might be a bit embarrassing. You might bump into a few of my old girlfriends, you know. But yes, I'll take you to the Virgin shop where the Virgin. Yes.
What an interesting name for a shop. Sorry, Porco. You were saying that you think our dreams are related.
I mean, I don't want to jump to conclusions about these magic dreams as we're staying in a fucking HAGS Ewok village, but I'm going to maybe suggest politely that it's the fucking HAGS in the Ewok village.
Do you think we should talk to them about it in the morning?
I told you from the start they couldn't be trusted.
If you want to go back to sleep.
We're not going to stay awake all night, are we?
What time is it?
I don't know.
More time has passed than you think, and it is quite early morning, sort of 6 a.m.
Sounds like we've had some sort of short rest, or at least a rest of some sort.
Well, so considering that actually you were almost at full health when you went to sleep anyway, the fact that you had these dreams during the rest means that you've basically woken up with that damage having been taken. You don't feel at all refreshed. You feel uneasy, drained, and vulnerable.
Freddy Krueger.
I'm ready to kick the shit out of Freddy Krueger.
How did those teenagers kill him? I mean, they didn't do a good job because he came back about 19 times.
He comes back every chapter, doesn't he, of the book?
And then there was the lad with the mask and the machete. He had a fight with him. After he'd come back from space, he was in space, and then he came back and had a fight with Freddy.
Came back.
Then he came back as Groundkeeper Willie, didn't he?
I think maybe
Brown's
garlic.
Willie.
Garlic might work if you throw some bits of garlic at him.
Make him drink silver.
Maybe if we eat garlic before we sleep tonight.
I'll fire a magic missile up his arse.
Let's eat Freddy Krueger.
Where's those old hags? I want to speak to them.
Porco just starts a chant. He's just hitting his fist off the table, just going, hags, 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 hags.
And as if by magic, Moongrave walks around the corner and, I guess you are awake. You can kind of tell she's a bit uncomfortable with the question. Did you sleep well?
Did I fuck?
Apparently not.
No, Moongrave. Actually, I didn't. Not because the bed wasn't comfy. But I had the most terrible dream.
I was a bit worried about that. I did ask her to try and keep it in control, but sometimes poor my sister Nightshade, she does have a tendency to get into people's heads when they're asleep. She can't help it, not all the time anyway. I thought it might have been okay. I must apologise.
You didn't think to mention that?
Apologise? I had a dream about a spider in a record shop.
You'd hardly made me feel comfortable being open and honest about ourselves, have you, Mr. Short King? Ever since you've arrived, you've been judging us, calling us evil. If I said to you, there is a chance my sister might get into your heads and give you nightmares, then you'd have crucified me. I was hoping that it wouldn't have come to that and it would have been fine. I was wrong, unfortunately.
You've not really proved me wrong, have you? You've stolen from us. You know that shit's ours. Don't play word games with us, right? You know it's ours. And then you didn't tell us that your sister with a gardening glove was going to invade our brains whilst we were snoozing. You've not exactly made me think, maybe I was wrong about this hag. Maybe she's fine. Also, you met some children. You did mention that. You did say you met some children.
It's a very long time ago, and it was a different time. Everyone was doing it.
If your bloody sisters jumped off a cliff, would you do that?
We didn't have a choice. We were pushed off of cliffs and pushed into rivers and all sorts.
There are some spells as well where you have to throw yourself off a cliff.
So you were dumped because you ate children?
But one of the reasons, yes.
Yeah, I mean, You know, you're not going to be able to start shouting, "Oh, it's bloody cancel culture," when you've had children.
Do you want your sodding snow globe back
Yes,
or
give
not?
us the pissing snow globe before I get hungry.
Listen, if you don't get somebody out here now who can deal with this, I'm telling you, I'm going to give you a very, very strongly worded negative review on TripAdvisor.
So as you're saying that, another hag sort of crosses the bridge and says, "Well, that would be interesting, wouldn't it, to know exactly what you think? Maybe I could do a reply to that and tell them exactly what I saw in your head last night."
No need, it's fine. Don't worry. No, it's okay. I've changed my mind, actually. It hasn't been that bad. I mean, the beds were quite comfy, you know, staff pleasant, ambience. 5 out of 10.
I thought that might be the case.
I've been asked to remind you, we do have a Patreon. Yes, we do. Now, you've just got to search for Dungeons and D-Heads, and you can find more Ronson content there. Apparently, whatever that means, I don't know. Right, shall we get on with it, then?
I am Sister Nightshade, and I must say it was very entertaining staying in your heads all night.
Shut your gob, Haggy.
I'm afraid you didn't quite enjoy it as much as I
Yeah, but you
did.
don't need to talk about what you saw in my head, because the spiders in the record shop, not that interesting. So let's move on from that one.
Not, no.
Right, Haggy for 2. Hold for a second. Huddle. We're huddling. Everybody huddle. Right. Everyone in. Right. And then Hagatha sticks her head in. Not you. Get out. We're huddling. Just the main cast. Right, she's fucked off. Right. We know how this is going, right? They're going to be blackmailing us about our biggest fears and what we think and what we do. So, we need to make a pact now that whatever
To burn
is said,
down the building with them inside.
we will probably eventually do that, yes. But whatever is said, whatever she holds against us, we forget. We forget it. We never mention it. We move on.
Mine was just water, which we, you know.
Yeah, but this isn't about your fears. This is about your thoughts. Do you want us knowing your innermost thoughts?
I mean, I've always been
Christ,
open
no.
and honest, so I'm okay with this.
Porkeye doesn't say much, but Porkeye observes. Porkeye listens. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you not picking up on his tone of voice, Talk?
Yes.
I
I'm okay
honestly
with
don't
this.
think you are.
I'm okay with this.
Okay, well, whatever she says, we forget. We just let it brush over us. We move on. We never bring it up. And that's the only power she has over us.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy to keep things between us. No secrets between friends and all of that, yes.
At some point, we'll find a potion. It'll be like that film that all the pretentious fucks are always on about like when the guy from The Mask went into a machine that stole
Yes.
his memories or something. Shit film.
Eternal Sunshine of a
Everybody
Spotless
fucking loves
Mind
it,
is
though.
what you're thinking
That's
about.
a fucking awful film, right? But it'll be like that. We'll worry about that in the future. But for now, the only power Hag 1 and Hag 2 and the to be introduced Hag 3 have over us is our own thoughts. So we
that-
strip them of that power.
So we need to be honest with each other about our dreams and our innermost thoughts. You know mine.
But what if, for example, one of us was, maybe like, what if, Talk here.
Lying?
Well, I'm just thinking, what if Talk here is talking about, oh, I'm scared of water, when really she's just, I don't know, let me pick something off the top of my head here, but never had sex with another human being.
Well, I can cast Zone of Truth if we want to speak about it.
No, again, it's okay. No, don't worry. I'm sure we've all been honest.
Right, actually, that's a great plan. Right, cast Zone of Truth. Get
No,
yourself
I
included
don't
in
like
it.
that plan. I don't like it, no.
Do you want the witch to do it, or do you want us to do it to
No,
each
I think,
other?
you know what? I might just
in
go
a
step
careful
outside
way?
for a bit. Let you two decide what to do. But I'm going now.
Ronson.
Goodbye.
Ronson.
I've gone outside.
Ronson.
I'm outside now.
Don't make me come and fetch you. I'll go and drag him back in.
Ronson's outside.
Either we tell each other in our own caring and understanding way, or one of these hags twists it and turns us against each other. So which is it going to be, Ronson?
Ronson will take his chances. He's outside.
Fair enough. We'll go with plan A then.
I think that speaks volumes, and well, we'll just have to see what happens. But water under the bridge, so to speak.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We listen, we forget, we move on.
Ronson's already using flint and steel to start a fire in the corner of the... just outside, in the shrubbery.
A shrubbery?
A shrubbery?
I think that whatever you think you know about our own minds is something we already know. So I don't think that you can scare us, actually, at all.
I'm not trying to scare you, dearie. It's purely what I saw. It's a curse. Sometimes a gift, but mainly a curse. I can't control it. I just happen to sometimes slip into the dreams of those nearby.
Well,
and can I help it if I enjoy myself a little bit at the same time?
Yes, you can. Now give us a snow globe.
That is my sister's. Is my sister's area of expertise. She's here. Let me introduce her. You see the third hag sort of with a sort of beigey, leathery face. Yes, Sister Blightstraw. I understand that you wish to discuss a deal.
Yeah, here's the deal, handbag. Give us a snow globe, or we're going to set fire to Ewok village.
Doesn't feel very sporting, does it? It's more of a threat,
I'll
isn't
give you this
it?
clump of hair.
I'm afraid we don't really need that.
It's nice though, isn't it? It's very soft.
Yes, but it's ours and you stole it. I don't really need it back.
Is it yours? Because that's the thing.
Well, it was. You have stolen it, but we don't really need it back, so...
Well, I'll keep it then. Up yours.
I am just waiting for the other one to put his headphones in because he's very relevant for this part of the story.
I've just been filling, really. Just been filling for the last 2 minutes.
So we would, of course, be interested in a deal for the snow globe, but there is something very specific we need from you.
What is it?
Well, I think my sister spoke with Miss Tock yesterday about our concern around the Legion of Death, that big skull in the sky. We are trying to learn more. We can do that. We can do that with our own research and knowledge and magic, but it would be far quicker if we had access to something or somebody who had been in close contact with the Legion of Death themselves. Or even better, maybe if they had been part of their transition to this realm in the first place. And she looks straight at Ronson. I know it comes naturally, but please don't play dumb with me, dearie. We all know about your involvement bringing the Legion to this world. All we need is something from you.
The wrestlers.
No. All we need is something from you, and we will hand your precious snow globe
They have like
back.
American football gear on, like foam spikes.
Yes, I remember
Neither
them
I or
well.
the DM knows what you're talking about, so I do fear that this is going to go into a cul-de-sac.
Hawk and Animal. They had face paint. One was bold and one was hairy.
Oh, I know them. I knew them when I was...
Right, what do you need? Oh, what a surprise. Yet again, it's all back to Ronson. Ronson's needed to save the day. What's the matter? What do you need me to do?
We need to really get to the source of the Legion's trespass into this world. So, your left hand should do it.
Yeah, left hand's fine. That's okay. It's not the one I use. What do you need?
Yes, so if you want to come in, we will go and prepare the tools. We'll...
Tools?
Yes, the tools to remove your hand.
Pardon?
Yes, so we will trade your hand for this snow globe. And we will also throw in, it's rudimentary, but I do have a replacement wooden magic hand that you can use. But we're going to need your left hand.
What the holy fuck are you talking about, you daft cow?
That hand is the one that you used to cast the spell that brought the Legion of Death back into this world.
Yes, and you want me to give you my hand so Porky can have a snow globe?
Yes. And it might just help save the world, considering that you were part of almost ending it in the first place.
Are you absolutely shitting me?
So that's a no, then, is it?
Let me have a little think. Yes, it's a no.
Mr. Diego Bentos, can I just talk to you privately for a second?
Yes, you may.
So she takes you into the building that's just behind her, the one she came out of. Says, I had hoped that would have been quite a straightforward deal. It seems not. So I do have a proposal.
No, that's a surprise, isn't it? Oh, can you give me your left hand? Do you make these deals regularly, do you?
Yes, and she points around and you see, like, within the hut, because you've only just walked in, you've not had a chance to see, there's a few sort of disembodied heads around, there's a foot just on the counter, there's an eye just sort of in the up on the wall. Yes.
Who gave their head? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, they weren't too happy about it, but we came to an arrangement. But
Jesus Christ, you must drive a hard bargain.
If you're not going to agree, then perhaps I have a way to make you a little bit more convinced. And she pulls out of her pocket like a stone that's like sketched with or etched with like a symbol that looks like an eye on it. And from it, there's like a projection. And essentially, you're watching from the point of view of an unknown creature. Yes. I believe you know Clarence. I believe you met Clarence before.
You will have to remind me.
Clarence is the large toad who carries our eye on his forehead, and
oh right, yes, that bell end. Go on.
We watch and we learn from the world through the eye on Clarence's forehead. This is what Clarence is seeing right now. And you watch as you see, like, from his point of view, he's hopping towards the wreckage of the Chimera. And within a few moments, his gaze locks onto the sleeping body of Captain Zephyr. All you need to do is give the word, and we have your hand. We will give you the snow globe, and that young lady there will be completely safe. If you do not give me your hand, my friend Clarence here will be feasting today.
Right, hang on. You're trying to use against me the safety of a woman who I think might be finger-banging the girl I fancy.
Yes, but...
And you think that's going to work?
Yes, because what would happen if she knew that you had let her die? I don't think that Miss Tark would be too pleased with that, would she?
I mean, that can stay between us, can't it? You're not very good at this, are you? Really?
You think that would stay between us, do you?
Well, it's not very good leverage, as I've got to admit. I couldn't care less about Zeppo over there. He always was the shittest of the Marx Brothers, so I don't care.
Well, in that case, fine. You go with your hand. We will keep the snow globe. And, Clarence, dinner time. And you see...
Again, the Clarence thing, not working. I couldn't care less. What's the snow globe? I haven't been following the plot. What's the snow globe? What's the relevance of the snow globe?
It's got the princess in it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that like the thing with... Oh, bloody hell. I can't believe it. Well, I mean, now you've said that and I understand the plot. Oh, God. Right. Okay, how are you going to remove my left hand? And what, are you giving me a wooden hand?
Stop.
Can we update it to brass? I want a brass hand.
I believe we could, we could find some bits and upgrade it slightly if that would be more preferable.
Yes. Could you say I was very, very brave? That might get Tok to have some sympathy for me when she sees that. I mean, basically, I'm going to be disabled, I suppose, aren't I? That might make her a swoon. That might make her make me more appealing to her, I suppose.
Well, I mean, it is very brave to offer your hand for the sake of the woman that the woman you're in love with has feelings for. That is very brave and very, very selfless, Mr. Diego Bentos.
You are turning me around to the idea, yes. Oh, I've got a great idea. Could you give me different attachments for my hand, please? Could I have different, like one which is a blade, one maybe which is like a sex toy, like one which is like a whisk. I can use to whisk things up.
You would need to source that yourself, but we can give you something that you can attach different bits to.
Yeah, I'm liking the sound of this now. You are very good at this, I've got to admit. You should go The Apprentice. I like it. Yeah, all right then, take it. Not bothered.
So she walks back outside with Ronson and says, "Sisters, it appears we have a deal. We will be trading Mr. Diego Bentos' left hand for the snow globe containing one Princess Ocean song."
But point out to Tok I'm being very brave.
I must say, it is a very brave thing that your wizard friend here is doing.
Very selfless.
Very selfless.
Well, absolutely. Ronson, are you sure you're okay with this? Like, do you think you'll be able to do your magic and things without your hand?
Well, I'm very concerned, Tok. I'm very concerned. This is going to be life-changing for me, absolutely life-changing. But, I believe, Tok, I need to do this for my friends. For my friends. I need to do it, and I'm thinking of you as well, of course, Tok. I need to do it for you.
I understand the need to do it to save a life. Yes, the princess is very important, but surely, sisters, there must be something else. Do you need an entire hand? Why so much of him? Why not just a finger? You heard.
We need to be sure that we can learn enough. I mean, from what we have observed, where the rot and the decay started and emanated from was that hand. If we take a finger, we might need more, and I can't imagine that he's going to let us take it again. We're just going to take the hand just in one go.
Hush now, Tok. Be brave for me. Be brave for me, please.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining Ronson's finger on my lips. I'm just squishing against my face. Okay, if you say so, if that's what you'd like. I think you're very brave.
Yes, it's what I will do for friends.
Just take a question.
Yes, Mr. Short King.
Can you have it back when you're done?
It may take some time, but I don't see why we couldn't send it back to you in the future.
Could always use it as an ashtray.
Further question. What's your end game?
Oh, God, here he goes on about endgame again.
We are trying to work out how we can best rid this world of the Legion of Death up there. And as I say, Mr. Diego Bentos was the way they got into this world in the first place. So we're hoping we can reverse engineer it from there.
My question is, why? It doesn't really affect you out here in the swamp, does it? Why do you want to get rid of them? Are you after? Is this a power grab? Do you want their powers so you can be the new Legion of Death? Or there's always more to it.
It affects the whole world.
How's it affecting you?
We have been around for hundreds of years. We don't want the status quo to change. By removing them, things can go back to how they were. And they are looking to wipe out all living life. And if you hadn't noticed, we are part of that.
I don't trust you.
I don't trust them either, Porky, but I'm going to get a robotic hand.
It's a brass hand, not a robotic hand.
I'll make it pneumatic, steam-powered.
A steam-powered hand.
A steam-powered hand,
So
yes.
you can have to constantly always have some boiling water upon your person, so you can wave.
I can put it in my flask.
You have a thermos, do you?
I certainly do, yes. It's very robust.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this one bit. But it's not down to me, and we do have a princess to save, so I'll just prepare myself to say I told you so in a few plot arc times.
Take my hand! Take my hand. Talk. It would be an honour if, before my hand left my body, wrong hand, you would kiss my hand.
You don't know where that's been.
I just hold on to one of the ends of the fingers, and I turn to the hags and I'm like, now, we are, well, not me, but Ronson is doing a great favour for you, and you are going to share your information with us.
Once we have found out what we need, yes, we will get information to you, but we will need time with the
And
hand.
how do you... How are we going to communicate?
Have you not learned by now? We know far more about you than we should. We have ways of getting in touch with you.
And you promise not to eat any more children?
I told you that was a very long time ago. We have not eaten any children for many, many years.
How many years?
175.
Very well. I mean, I don't see we're going to get any other help anyway. And I just kind of look at Ronson's hand I'm holding on to. I'm like, well, I'm not sure that this will really be missed. And I'm like, good luck, Ronson. I just shake his finger.
If you would press your sweet cherry lips to it one last
Pebble
time.
jumps down from my head and licks his hand.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's make the preparations then. Do you want your friends with you, Mr. Diego Bentos, or...
Talk, would you like to stand by my side and hold my right hand, my good hand, while my other one leaves and departs my body?
Not really, but I do want to see what instruments they use and how they cauterize the wound. And I'd like to, I'm quite interested in the process of removing one's hand.
I'll take it.
They lead you all down a staircase which is hidden within the big tree in the middle of their village. This staircase winds down sort of beneath the tree in sort of a damp cavern, and sort of immediately smells of death and blood and disease. And they lead you over to a table sort of around the corner here.
Have you disinfected this table?
We have done all the magical disinfectant we need to, yes.
Bit of Dettol or something, to spread it around
What
a
about
bit.
silicone wipes?
Indeed, yes. So, if you could place your hand here, she guides your left hand onto the table, sort of with your wrist on the table as well. Either of you want to help her hold him steady?
Do you not want to give me the anaesthetic first?
And a what?
Anaesthetic.
Well, no, that might render the. We don't know what effect that will do on the magic that's in that hand. We need it intact.
Oh, this deal's getting worse by the
Can
minute.
you use a flame sword so it's cauterized straight away?
If we have such
I
a
pull
sword,
out my
yes.
sword and I cast lime wire. I say lime wire. I say, here you go.
Do you not wish to do the honours?
I think that I might fuck it up. So, I don't particularly want to be the one to say that I rid Ronson of his left hand. I would like to leave that down to you.
Okay. takes the flaming sword. She's got her. One of the sisters is sort of prepares like a Hessian sack, like ready to put the hand in. She raises that flaming sword up, swings it down towards Ronson's arm. And Ronson, you are going to take 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 32 points of damage.
I cast heal.
You better do, because I've only got 30
I
points
cast healing
left.
word on him. I've got it ready. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. So yeah, you pass out, but Tock's there to kind of keep you going as the sword burns through your wrist, your bone, as a stench of burning flesh. And seconds later,
Jesus Christ!
later, they pop your left hand into the Hessian sack. You realise that your life, Ronson Diego Bentos, is very likely never going to be the same again. And that's where we're going to leave it today.
Brilliant ending.
Plenty of Luke Skywalker. It's like, you know, Luke's got one hand. He's got a robot hand. He'll be all
One
right.
step closer to Han Solo.
Wow, what a cliffhanger. Now that was an exciting end to the episode. Please come back next week for more. And thank you to Stephen Ranking for whatever you do. I think editing, he edits or something like that. Same time next week, folks.
This podcast is part of Podomedy, the UK's podcast comedy network. Why not laugh at what else we've got? Visit podomedy.com.